I'm going to show you today my recipe for making Sri Lankan rich cake. So I'm basing it on this recipe here, but the ingredients are the fruit and nut mix that I showed you how to make in a previous video, some butter. So in my rich cake I always use proper butter because I like the flavor in that, some brown sugar, and instead of self-raising flour, I use roasted semolina. So I just buy semolina and I roast it myself. We need some rose water, almond extract, vanilla extract, mixed spice, black treacle, some honey, eggs, some oranges, which we're going to use the rind for, and I think that's about it. So I'm going to show you what happens next. I'm roasting the semolina flour in a bit of butter. I'm going to roast it until it gets slightly brown. Be very careful to stir it all the time because you really don't want the bottom to burn. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's ready. Here I've beaten together the eggs, butter, sugar and the essences, and it's now just waiting for my semolina to cool down a bit. It's nice and toasty now. I don't add the semolina when it's too hot, so I let it cool down a bit and then I'll add it to this mix, and then we'll add the rest of the spices. I've now added to the mix the orange rind, 1 full orange juiced, 1 tablespoon of black treacle, and about a tablespoon of the mixed spice. So I'm going to mix all this together and then slowly incorporate the roasted semolina flour. And now I'm adding in my lovely fruit and nut mix to the cake batter, and it's ready to go. So the minute it's all mixed in, I'm going to put them into their cake tins, making sure they're not overfilled because it's quite a dense and rich cake. You don't want it to be too thick. And then I'm going to bake it in a 150-degree oven for about an hour, and then I'll check on it. If it needs a bit longer, I will let it cook. If the top gets a bit too brown, I will cover it with a bit of aluminium foil after about 50 minutes and keep going until a skewer comes out clean. So here are the lovely Christmas cakes, all baked. They've cooled for a bit and I'm packing them away into tins, sealing up the ends, and I drizzle a little bit of brandy on the top, and I will feed it every month or so to Christmas, and by then it'll be nice and boozy. And I only put on the marzipan and icing just before Christmas Day so it doesn't melt. And there's my Sri Lankan Christmas cake.